and gentlemen,
Can we say ladies and germs?
ladies and germs, welcome back to this week's episode of the American Stew Podcast. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. I'm Jacob,
Okay,
lovely wife Kristen, and I am married to Stupid.
that's debatable. I think I am the one
You know,
married to stupid.
I fixed your audio.
I didn't know I had an audio.
Remember last week?
No.
I was like, I think the audio's messed up.
I think
now-
that was fake news.
No, now your bar is moving.
So what was the problem? Because actually I was over there last time.
There was a button I need to push.
So it wasn't any fault of mine.
No, I never
You
worked
kind of
my-
did it.
There's my drink. Okay.
You insinuated that it was I
No,
because of the way in which I had the microphone positioned.
that may have been it too.
Because I was trying some new things last week, and I think we're going to continue to try some new things because I think we're going to change locations.
Change, adapt,
No, just change.
excel.
We might move over to the dining room.
Until our studio's done.
I don't think we're going to have a studio.
I'm making a studio. And it might be
This is like
it may be a studio that I just do my work from home in, or it may be a studio.
Okay, so this studio is going to be in the utility room. Am I correct? You're going to
Yes.
change your office into the concrete utility room?
Well, there's things that need to happen in there. So it won't be that way. It'll be a room.
So here's the thing.
It's gonna be a
I'm
room.
not even entertaining this because he's been talking about this mythological studio for going on 6 months now. He's
It
also
hasn't-
been talking about him and Casey having a cast.
We're going to when the studio's done.
And it was like, it's going to be 2 months. And
It's-
that was like in September. We're giving ourselves a timeline.
Yeah,
2 months.
But the thing
and
is,
here we are. What month is this again? Yeah, it is January
Yeah.
of 2025.
Mhm.
Okay. So far past the 2 month.
Yeah, but you see,
timeline.
the thing is this.
What is it?
We decided to get serious about the kitchen removal, not removal,
Remodel.
So I can't really close the space where I'm at because they have stuff to do over the top.
Okay.
So it's slowly happening. So I don't have a for
So
sure
there's
date.
another thing that has come up as well.
What has?
Well, we bought pallets
Oh yeah.
and we're going to have a giant garage sale, pole barn sale in April, which means that this pole barn that you built last summer and that you said you
Mhm.
had all this time to organize now that we don't have the gaming lounge, you're actually going to need to make some real momentum
Well, the thing is,
for the thing is.
yeah, see, we've only not had the gaming lounge for like 3 months. And now it's been cold.
Almost 4 months.
Almost, but now it's cold. So I can't really do anything out there because there's no heat.
It wasn't cold for a long time.
It was cold. So, but see, the thing is, I have to clean out other things first.
You know what I'm hearing right now?
You're hearing a lot of excuses, and
Yeah,
they're not
that's
excuses.
exactly-
But you see, the reason we needed a pole barn was because we had too much shit in our garage. The reason we have too much shit in our garage is because we have too much shit in the utility room. Now that we have a pole barn, things have shifted. Now we bought pallets, filling up the garage again, and now I got to move things again. So we're getting there. Yeah, it's just like one moved over and then one more filled up, and then now we're moving again because things have to filter through.
Should we move on to the first?
No,
segment?
we're having a great conversation right now. So,
okay.
so
I just feel like it's not going anywhere.
no, it is. It's going from the pole barn to the garage to the
Studio.
utility room, which is going to be the studio.
But even so, the kitchen, like the earliest they're gonna touch it would be May.
Yeah, so it's probably a season 3 thing, guys. For that move,
Well, actually, the fan club's probably wondering, like, will there be a season 3?
there will be.
because we've been so sporadic with season 2.
Well, it's been a crazy winter so far.
It was a crazy winter, but as we slightly addressed last week, there were definitely opportunities. We just we just didn't make it a priority. And I feel like the fan club feels slighted by that. Like, oh, what am I, chopped liver? I feel like, do you feel that? I feel that.
No, I don't think that.
I feel it.
I don't feel that.
Okay, well, I love you.
But you're the dramatic one out of the two. So also the stupid one out of the two. So
I want to hit you upside the head so badly right now.
very dramatic. See what I mean? So did you have a question to say?
I asked if we should get on to the next segment, and then you said no, we're having a great conversation. So if you want to roll the jingle,
Ringle the jingle.
Now it's time to sit back and relax and get ready for this random mess with Kristyns Questions with a K.
questions.
Kristyns Questions with a Y.
A KY.
KY.
All right. What's a recent experience or moment that inspired you or changed the way you think? So I made this agenda some time ago, and I kind of didn't even remember what all I put on it. I got a hair on me. So this is causing me to pause and think and reflect. Like, what is something that is? I don't even remember what the question was.
An event that made you
A recent experience or moment, says nothing about event, that's inspired you or changed the way you think. Oh, you know what it would be for me?
Please tell.
My dad's surgery. My dad had surgery on the anniversary of my mom's death in the same hospital, nonetheless. And December 5th was a day for 12 years that I hated with a passion. And I did not even go back to Cleveland, where Cleveland Clinic is, for almost 12 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I started crying when we did get to Cleveland, like so heavy. But I had this mindset change, and I don't know, that experience on December 5th in Cleveland, where my dad had the most amazing surgery and the best outcome possible, completely changed my frame of mind. And now I won't see December 5th in Cleveland Clinic in the same light ever again.
Good. Good.
It's your turn.
So, I mean, probably it kind of goes along with.
You can't take my answer.
No. Not that, but it kind of follows the death thing.
The death theme.
Yeah, the death theme. So, kind of a weird thought, but so a lot recently I've been thinking about retirement, and it kind of all stemmed because my dad died last February. So, you know how I like my spreadsheets.
Oh, yes, you do.
So, I've been putting a lot of time trying to figure out how I could retire as early as possible with a decent amount of money, where our standard of living doesn't really change. And I've gotten, I think I'm down to a pretty good spot, at least on the planning part. The doing's going to be harder, obviously, but
You still have young kids, and
young
don't know
kids,
what the future holds.
College for them, college for you.
Still paying those student loans.
Yep, still got a solid 30 years of that. But yeah, kind of thinking about all that kind of stuff where I can retire early enough to enjoy it. And not that I don't think my dad enjoyed, retiring, but he retired later. He retired in his 60s and ended up making it to his late 70s. So not a huge amount of time, at least in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah, just kind of made me think about that a lot.
Yeah. Was it like last week we were having that conversation a little bit? Maybe a little bit before that. When I left my corporate job, I put all of my retirement in Jacob's hands, because working for myself, or like right now I'm not working, there aren't opportunities really to put anything in retirement. So everything about my elder years sits in your hands. So I was happy to see the calculations because so far so good.
Yeah, it'll be pretty good. And from, what I've assumed so far.
We don't need to give.
No. But we'll be in a better than average place for a couple.
That is wild to me because for so long I thought we would never get out of the hole that we were in.
Yeah, I mean, doing my research, not going into detail on what we'll have, but there's a lot of people that retire with like $500,000 and that's it.
And that's not enough.
No, they actually $500,000.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but the idea is you don't have a house payment because the idea would be that you pay your house off before retirement.
Yeah.
So
will ours be?
Ours will be shortly after if I retire at 55 like I want to.
Okay.
If I retired in 62, then yes, it would be more than paid off. But so the idea is, you go to
probably still won't have these honeydew projects done.
Probably not. But in your life, you go to school and all that kind of stuff, and you buy a house, have a family. The idea for retirement is you have your 30-year loan in your mid-30s, or your loan in your 30s. You have it paid off by the time you retire in your 60s, so you don't have a house payment anymore. You don't really have a car payment anymore. You get a car a few years before retiring, so that's paid off. So you go into your retirement years with no house payment, no car payment, or a small
this isn't
payment.
all in an ideal situation.
Yes, I mean, that's kind of, if you planned your life, that's kind of how you generally would want to plan it. And you wouldn't have student loans anymore. Your kids would be out of school or out of the house, probably out of college at that point as well. And so retirement, you can get away with $30,000-$40,000 a year.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, and I found that people take out, what they suggest is 4%, for a 4% a year of what you have max in your retirement. So if you had $1 million, for example, 4% of that would be $40,000.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's a lot of numbers.
Sure. I started tuning you out like third sentence in.
Yeah, that's you though.
But basically, when I said it's wild to me, what I was referring to is how, like, I vividly remember, and I've told our oldest son this memory before too, when he was struggling with budget and finances and stuff and I've always said we struggled in our 20s to have it good in our 30s. But in our 20s, I remember we bought a house at 19. We were broke, made bad financial decisions. And one night we were sitting at home, I think it was like a Saturday night, sitting at home, bored, and we just wanted pizza so bad. But we didn't even have like $6 to get a Little Caesars pizza. And so we found what little cash we had. I think we counted change and we went to Meijer. And we got like a Meijer brand frozen pizza and brought it home, and we burnt it. And I have never been in tears. Well, so close to tears. I don't think I cried. And actually, I can't even say that. I've never been so close to tears about pizza. It's a breadstick thing, actually.
She was also 9.
But yeah, to go from that to sitting in this amazing house that we have, albeit not fully.
I don't know why you pointed up there. That ceiling looks fantastic.
No. Anyway,
it looks great. It's complete. Looks a little different than the rest of the ceiling, yes.
Let's just say that if you were to ask somebody, guess what part Jacob did on the ceiling, it would be an immediate. Anyway,
I don't think so.
It's just crazy to me how we struggled so badly and for so long, and to how hopeless I felt most days. Like, I would run a hypothetical budget in my head. Like, okay, I want to have kids, but daycare is going to cost this much, and we're going to need this, and like, I would make a list of, like, I would almost do it just mentally, not on paper, but of everything associated with living like that. And I would look at those numbers and be like, it's never going to happen. So that's a finance talk with Jacob.
But we figured it out.
Figured it out. Took a lot, but we're here. All right. So can you roll the jangle for hot takes or hot cakes?
Hot takes or hot cakes, it's all up
So-
to you.
The thing is, though, I don't need you to sing it. I just need you to run it.
Hot takes or hot cakes, it's up to you.
Hot takes or hot cakes, it's all up to you.
What's a widely loved trend or idea right now that you think is completely overrated?
What trends are even going right now?
You spend hours a day on TikTok.
But I don't see like the trends that are happening. Like I've
you
never
make fun of youth trends all the time, like Sigma and Skibbity.
those are sayings. So if we're talking about that, then yeah, the whole like Sigma,
speak?
yeah, you speak like Sigma. Nobody knows what Sigma is. Of Ohio, I mean, I get that Ohio State sucks, but
Well, just the state in general.
well, but like
Here's
half
one that I don't
Skibbity.
like.
I don't know what Skibbity means.
And this has been in place for a long time. Not in our youth, but like tapestries.
What is that?
Fucking tapestries. I showed it to you on a show the other day.
Oh,
It's
is that
like,
the rug
well,
things on a wall?
Yeah. They're so hideous. I've never been able to get behind it. They're so hideous. I just see them as dust collectors sitting on a wall.
Well,
like that.
I think they look. Yeah, I don't even know how you could even make one look classy. It just reminds me that we just walked into a drug house.
If you were wearing your drug rug next to a tapestry, it'd be very fitting.
Yeah, but I mean, if I walked into somebody's house and they had a rug on the wall that looked like that, I would think that I walked into a drug house.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
Yeah.
still a big thing. Like, I hear people whose kids are looking for tapestries, or they ask for tapestries for their rooms, and I don't get it. I've seen interior designers take fabric and put it on the wall like wallpaper, and I think that can look nice.
yeah, but that's not the same thing.
It's not. It's better, actually.
Yeah.
I don't like those. I don't like it. There is a trend right now because TikTok was down for like all of 15 hours.
Yeah.
So people from other countries were doing this.
This yawning thing.
No, it was now that the Americans are gone. And they were just saying different things, like either trash talking the Americans, or one guy was really funny. He's like, what are we going to do here? Because the Americans really carried us here on this platform.
I did just see someone on that. It's only been one. Like, I don't get any of that stuff in TikTok, but I did get one where it goes, they've been gone for 14 hours or whatever it was. And we realized that we're not funny. And they were talking about UK. Like, we're not funny. And we're just as fat as they are.
A lot of the Canadian creators were like, this is our time to shine. And then we came back and we saw all these videos. And some people were nasty about it. But most of them were just funny. And some of them were pretty nice. Like I did like the one where they really carried us on this platform. And then this guy I follow, his name's Brian, and he does at Christmas time every year, he reviews Lindt chocolates, Lindt, Lindor, like truffles and stuff like that. Anyway.
Are those the golden things that you get in the... Never mind, go ahead.
Okay. But he was saying, now that the Americans are gone, how am I going to learn how to do this very specific dance move? And it's like one where you pop your hip. He's like, the only people I have seen that can successfully do this move are Americans. And I enjoy watching that move. And how am I ever going to fully learn how to do it now that they're gone? So that was funny. But
one other trend, and I don't even know if it's a trend. I'm really disappointed in one of the YouTubers that I watch, and she got it done. It's the horn or the bowl, like what is it?
Yeah.
What's your nose called?
I don't.
Septum.
What's your nose called?
When they like.
No, I know. There's like a bunch of different names for different parts.
Yeah, the one where you get the bowl horn, like right in the middle.
Was it Twinkle Toes, that person that Casey likes?
No, it's Caitlin from the Do It Yourself.
No,
Yeah,
Evan and Caitlin?
Yes. And I'm like,
The girl who was like super nerdy?
yeah, I'm like, you're not cute anymore. And
That shocks me. Like, is
it's-
she feeling rebellious or something?
I don't know.
And on that note, and a lot of people have this, and I'm not saying like anything, I just saying it's not for me. Gauged ears.
Gauged ears don't bother it. So I don't mind like the small gauged. Like if you only went to like really, really like that. Once you start getting like big and your ears stretch, like I think
I
that's,
don't know what the point is. Like, why can't you just wear earrings that are circular instead of making giant circles in your ear?
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
On one of our pallets, or maybe it was the unclaimed mail things, we got some of those.
Yeah.
And I had to like educate myself a little bit on them because I didn't know what exactly they were called or what size they were, or I still don't think I completely know.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go in that yard sale.
And that sucks because
They were pretty
that pack we
expensive.
got is probably like well over $100.
Yeah.
But
So if anybody has gauged ears and they're looking for,
they're like 8 millimeter, 9
they're
millimeter.
like, what brand are they? Like Youth something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Wow. Anyway, so on to the next. What would you do?
What would you do?
Areas to ponder, choices to weigh. In what would you do? We'll lighten your day.
Okay, so this is a little heavy. All right, so I want you to prep yourself.
I'm prepped.
What would you do if you had 1 year to live? How would you prioritize your time, relationships, and goals?
If I only had a year to live, oh boy.
It's a toughie.
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
I would prioritize my closest relationships, like my kids and you. I would put a lot of things aside. Just like I wouldn't focus on cleaning my house if I had 1 year. Like that's something you can deal with after I'm gone, or hire it out if you want. I would be following the lead of my family and what you guys wanted to do to the best of my ability. Like if I only had a year to live, I probably am not in the best of health, so I probably don't have a high level of energy or whatnot. But I would want to be present for those who love me most.
Yeah.
Like there's no time for the fuckers who have been messing around with me my entire life. Okay, no, bye. I would be focusing on those who care.
Yeah. See, yeah, I still don't know. Like because my priorities would be I think a little different because I would be worried because I'm the breadwinner, right? I bring home the bacon,
And I don't even like bacon.
and so I would try to somehow figure out how I would be able to leave everybody with enough to continue going on after.
You've already done that.
I understand that, but
yeah, you would still have your spreadsheets out.
Yeah,
like,
I would still be.
Where can I pinch so that they have an extra $100 a month?
Yeah, like I would. That would be a concern of mine.
We'd have to double your anxiety meds so that you would sleep and rest up.
So I wouldn't die earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you need that $100 a month. Don't
well, I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but exactly. I just what was it yesterday? Upped my anxiety meds, so little life update there. I would probably have to re-up them during that year in order to fully like enjoy the moments that I had, because my brain otherwise with OCD would be just going crazy, just like your brain would be going crazy trying to find that extra $100. I'd be like, well, what's going to happen when Parker's at this age, and what's going to happen with this and this and this? Like that would be my brain if I didn't overly medicate myself. Yeah. So I would probably ask my doctor to load me up on enough pills. I was just zen and just like, come here, my babies, let's snuggle. So
yeah, okay. Well,
nobody wants to think about having a year left.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But honestly, we should probably always act like we just have a year left, because that would help us to just focus on the important things. You never know what tomorrow brings.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going that I got like 45 years left.
I feel like that ends it on a somber note. But
I mean, I hang out with my kids every day. So,
sure.
you know, I don't want to be like, I'm quitting my job, bitches. And then be like, oh shit, I'm alive in here. You know?
Okay. On a positive note, we're going to move on to Am I the Asshole? Which is a funny thing. So it'll change the somberness.
Who's the asshole?
Well, it's obviously you. It's Am I the Asshole?
Exactly.
Who is the asshole?
All right. So here we have an Am I the Asshole regarding a sister-in-law. So let's see what it says. Am I the asshole for asking my sister-in-law to pay her share of the bill when I used a gift card to cover most of the meal? I, a 26 female, and my partner, a 27 female, planned a birthday dinner for her father at a steakhouse. A while back, I received a gift and a 200 gift card to this restaurant as a thank you from a contractor I work closely with, which I thought would be perfect for the occasion. During Christmas, I opened the gift with the gift card, and my sister-in-law was there to see me holding up the gift card. She immediately suggested we use it for father-in-law's birthday. I agreed, but I didn't realize she'd interpret "we" to mean she could invite her boyfriend, they had recently reconciled after a year-long breakup, and go all out with their orders. A few days before the dinner, sister-in-law asked if her boyfriend could join. I was hesitant since he hadn't been around for a year, and the family has mixed feelings about him. My partner doesn't like conflict and said yes, so he came. At the dinner, things got awkward fast. My sister-in-law and her boyfriend ordered the most expensive items on the menu. They both ordered surf and turf with extra lobster tail, while the rest of us ordered modestly. Their meal alone was over $150. At the end of the meal, sister-in-law then suggested dessert, but I declined since my partner and I already bought a cake for my father-in-law. The bill came to be approximately $300 after tax and tip. I used the gift card, but still had to pay $100 with my credit card. I asked my sister-in-law to cover her and her boyfriend's share and split the cost of father-in-law's meal with me, explaining that the gift card wasn't free money for her and her boyfriend to splurge. She got upset, said the gift card should cover everything, and stormed out with her boyfriend. Later, my partner and I drove to my in-laws' home and dropped them off in awkward silence. On the way back, my partner told me I was out of line, but I feel justified since sister-in-law's actions caused the bill to exceed the gift card's value. Am I the asshole?
I feel these are fake every time we read them.
Some of them probably are.
But no, I don't think they're the asshole. Just because I receive a gift card doesn't mean, well, I would say you, but you are entitled to it. But we'll say Casey.
Yeah.
Casey's not entitled to it.
Right.
Like, you know? So, I mean, if the idea was to take grandpa out or whoever it was, and it's also their grandpa, then the idea would be that we would cover our own and split grandpa's, right? Or one of us being like, hey, we'll take grandpa's, whatever, right? Or the extra person, whoever, for the birthday. That doesn't mean I'm covering everybody. If I had the gift card, I might have been like, hey, we'll cover us two and then grandpa or whatever. And then you cover yourself.
Yeah.
So no, they weren't.
At the bare minimum, it was $100 over the gift card. The sister-in-law could have covered the $100.
Yeah.
At a bare minimum. But we've had an instance like this before. It's been a long time. You and I got like an Applebee's gift card from my grandma or something for Christmas one year. And a couple days later, my brother suggested that we go out to eat. So we went. And he knew we had the gift card. And he ordered like appetizer, expensive meal, so on and so forth. And like he alone used most of our gift card because I guess he assumed we were paying. and I was super pissed about it.
Oh.
So I get it. And I, because of that experience, but I also, a few things. One, I think it's weird that she saved this gift from a work contractor to open on Christmas Day. That
with the rest of the family.
Yeah, that makes me feel like it was fake.
Yeah.
But our daughter did have a bus driver before who told me that she saves all of her Christmas gifts that she gets from families and puts them under her tree because she didn't celebrate Christmas. She didn't have family or anything that she went to. So that's how she spent her Christmas Day, was opening that. I don't know.
That's a little bit different though. But yeah.
But also, I think it would have been better for her to just pay it and address it later. Like right there at the restaurant at the table saying, hey, can you pay for you and your boyfriend's meal and also half a father-in-law's meal? Like that conversation should have been had before or after, not like in the middle of father-in-law's birthday celebration. Because then she said it caused an awkward ride home as they took the in-laws home. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a whole blow up at the birthday dinner. So
yeah, placement could have been better.
Yeah.
Or at least, well, I wouldn't even say, yeah, timing should have been better.
Yeah. And also, just another thing, say I'm pointing to where our tree was.
I thought you were pointing to like a kid walking downstairs.
No. So I'm pointing to where we had our Christmas tree.
Right over there, ladies and gentlemen.
So say Casey opens up a gift.
Yeah.
And it's a $200 gift card.
Yeah.
And we say, hey, we should use that for New Year's Eve. That, if I said that, I would be meaning we should go to this restaurant now. You already have it covered. It would not be me staking claim to his gift, like right then. That's just a weird thing to say on Christmas Day. Like, I have the perfect idea for that, how you can spend it on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a weird assumption.
No, I don't think she's the asshole.
No, I don't think so. I just think timing's everything.
Yeah. And hopefully we get one of these that seem more realistic, I mean, I guess it was realistic since you had that, or we had that experience. I just don't remember. That's not saying much,
like
though.
Most things
I don't
in your
remember
life.
most.
I think it's time for TLDR.
Shit, already?
Already, so you're gonna
jingle the ringle.
TLDR is a way to be short and snappy, so carefree. In a hurry, don't need to stress. With TLDR, you'll feel your best.
Can you come up with something different to say? Because it's not roll the footage and it's not jingle the ringle.
Ring the jingle.
Anyway, you do the
TLDR. I really am bad at this because
I know, and this is why I love putting you on the spot. I feel like I command a lot of the attention on the podcast. Like I feel like I'm just talking more.
You do talk a lot. That's just normally you. But so we started off by saying we're back for 2 weeks in a row. Nailed it. We may be moving to a studio in the next season, but before then, probably to the kitchen or the dining room, in the other room, because sitting on the couch is just uncomfortable.
It's all like clustery, and because of the microphone placement, I have to literally walk on the couch to get to my spot. And he's so insistent that I sit on a crack.
Because look how nice we are in the middle.
It's not nice. And then I have a spare tire that pops up because of how I'm sitting. Anyway, continue on with TLDR.
So then we jumped into Kristyns Questions with a YK. What was that one about?
What recent experiences
that made us,
and we
go into deep thought and meditation.
We went to death with them,
and we both chose death.
Yep,
death. And then after
hotcakes trends,
hotcakes and cakes. That was bad. And we decided to go with some trends that we dislike.
Tapestries,
nose piercings. Don't do it, ladies. Don't do nose piercings.
What about the men?
Ear or eye piercing. I know that's a little hypocritical with the ex-girlfriend, but
from when you
I
were
didn't-
a junior in high school.
But I didn't really like it then either.
But I do have
The nose
one,
ones though, the whole like, I'm a bull. No, you're not. You look ugly.
I will say, while I don't like the bull ones, I think the little studs on the side aren't bad.
No, I do not
I
think.
think they can be really cute.
I don't think they're cute at all.
Not that I would get one, because I can't imagine changing that out. Like, I can't.
Well, you pick your nose enough anyway, so you could get your fingers in there.
Well, there's that. But I keep losing the backs of my earrings. Could you
Yeah,
imagine if
I
I
don't-
lost?
I don't know how you do that.
Wait, right here, that hair is so long. It's like,
Yeah, I need to shave. I need to shave.
But no, the other day when we went tubing, it started to slide off again. But see, it untwists because these ones are different. These ones are like you can't pull it off at all. But I think it was the ski band, like the headband I was wearing, because that was the same one from the last time, and I caught it just in time and screwed that sucker right back on.
A good damn thing, or we're gonna start putting glue on your ear.
Some like that. Anyway,
Super
what
glue.
came after that? Then we talked about if you had a year to live. We went back to the death thing.
Yeah, year to live.
You would be spending time with the spreadsheets. I'd be
Yeah.
snuggling with my babies.
I need to make sure everybody will survive after I die, because I didn't survive.
Okay.
And then we went to the asshole, and she wasn't.
No,
Sister-in-law
she just
was.
handled it better.
Yeah, she could have handled it better. Like, hey, we're gonna separate the check, or how are we gonna break this up? And we'll be like, I got. Like, apparently, it's not grandpa; it was father-in-law. But
Yeah, I don't know where you got.
I don't know where I got grandpa either. But yeah, we'll take grandpa, and you get your $150 bill, and we could have done that right before the start. Or
Mhm.
see, I would have done that. Like
Called him up the night before and been like, "Hey, just wanted to hammer this out now," or not even hammer, because that implies negativity. Be like, "I just wanted to talk about this and make sure we're on the same page before we take Pops to dinner."
Yeah.
So I got this $200 gift card, so I am more than happy to cover him and probably even mother-in-law
Mhm.
if you guys want to cover the difference.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
or
It's-
cover yourselves.
I mean, or honestly, even when I'm sitting right there and sitting down, being like, we're gonna divide the checks up. I got these three,
Yeah, exactly. Because they
and,
always say,
they got those two.
yeah, where was that conversation? Because the waitress or the waiter
Yeah.
always asks that. Like, how are we dividing the checks? So
Yeah.
right there is your opportunity. They don't just assume.
Yeah, like I don't know why even if they were like, oh, the bill's $300, I'd have been like, here's my $200
Yeah.
gift card, and then I would have handed it to the sister-in-law or whoever she was,
Yeah.
and been like, you got the rest, bitch.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I would have said bitch.
But
yeah.
Yeah. And now we're here. We started at the top, now we're here.
Mm.
If
Wow.
so, ladies and gentlemen, we can finish on this.
Is it recording?
This part is, yeah. It's just right
Oh.
here. So sorry about the little
Hiccup.
technical difficulty.
Somebody didn't charge the
The main-
camera.
The main camera died. But yeah,
Peace
So-
out, Girl Scout.
so
Woo, woo.
2 weeks. We'll see you next week.
Yep, bye.
For 3.
Bye.
Bye.